And this is the Gamma Company Podcast. Presented you...
3.5.
Just shut up, Halos.
Meow, meow, meow.
So, I guess we'll start off with introducing ourselves. So, Halos, why don't you start?
Well, provided I don't lag, yeah. Hello, I am Black Halos 99, leader of Gamma Company. I am not really Russian, kind of am, but I have terrible accent. I am the support guy out of Battlefield 4 group thing. Yeah.
And you mostly just shoot people in the face with a shotgun. I know firsthand.
Actually, vehicles more.
Oh.
More so than anything.
Alright. Alright, Dev.
Hi, I'm Dev. I have no funny accent or sense of humor. That is all.
At all.
At all. Alright, T.
You don't have to rub it in.
Oh, but we do.
I know.
Alright, T.
Hi, I'm Atomic T. I do not play Battlefield 4.
Or at least not on the Xbox 360 with the rest of us.
Correct.
Right. And I'm Will the Killer 5. I am currently recording this since Blank is currently doing stuff. And I am the video editor and combat medic in our Battlefield 4 lineup. So, yeah, we're recording this because I screwed up and messed up the first one. So, I am terribly sorry about that. But here we go. We're going to start off totally new. So, do you guys have anything you want to talk about real quick before we start?
Pokemon is the shit.
What she said.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Alright, so what we'll start off with is Ukraine and Russia. So, T, since you seem the most knowledgeable and you keep posting pictures about it, why don't you go ahead and start and tell us about it?
Okay. Didn't know we were going to do this, but okay. Lots of ethnic Russians in Ukraine that
From
are happy. Yeah, which are not really. Alright, Halos can tell this story then.
No, dude. I'm just adding
go ahead.
points every now and then.
No, go ahead. It's all you, bro.
Yeah, you got this. This is your baby.
Alright. Well, Putin, being the classical chauvinistic asshole that he is, decided to send in his GRU Spetsnaz people and basically try to he wants Crimea, basically. He thinks it belongs to Russia. A lot of people there also thinks it belongs to Russia.
Yeah, some backstory on that. It's Crimea Peninsula. It was formerly part of the Soviet Union, but when that collapsed, it was basically given over to Ukraine. So that's kind of why it has a higher population of Russian ethnic Russians. So that
Former being the key word there, but you know,
it's also home to a big-ass Russian naval base that's been there for like 200 years. Fun facts.
So,
and yeah, no, back to you.
So, what do you want to know exactly?
well, I'm going to post your pictures that you put on here, except for the GIF, which I think pretty much is accurate going on with, I think, maybe... considering. But, how do you think it's going to be handled?
Well, Obama can spout out all the words that he wants to, but I don't really think we're going to do anything about it. The UN, they're not really known for getting involved in too many things. I think Russia is going to... What's that?
I think Syria is an example. They didn't really do much.
Right. And, the U.S. lost a lot, or Obama particularly lost a lot of credibility over the Syria incident. He promised a lot of things that he didn't deliver on, and, the international community kind of recognizes that now, which is why I don't think he's really going to do anything in Ukraine. I don't really think we can do anything. Not with our whole nation being kind of war-weary at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, and I also bring up the incident with Georgia. Basically, same thing happened where Russia's, just making sure their stuff is all good skis and stuff. And it basically mirrors that, because I can talk, mirrors this exact same scenario, and the outcome of that is they still have people in there. So I think it's just, going to stay the same, basically.
It doesn't look good for any of us, really.
I feel bad for those people.
Yeah.
Basically, they just, overthrew their leader, and then, oh, hey, Ruskies everywhere. No bueno.
All right, well, I guess that's all we could really talk about, because we're not, like, political, talk show hosts or whatever, unless Dev has anything to say.
We are not.
Well, I mean, Russia has one of their, it was a destroyer, I think, sailing along Cuba, which has been for a while now, but, it's kind of edging closer to Florida. And, it's just Putin flexing his muscles and trying to show how far Russia has come since, the fall of the Soviet Union. There was a lot of corruption when it fell. There's a lot of corruption now, I'd probably say. But I don't really know for sure, but, it's Russia. He's trying to show that, Russia's a superpower again. They're not a country to be taken lightly. And,
and then
if the UN or EU decides to do anything, I'm not really sure if anybody would come to the aid of Russia. I know China's right next door, but China and Russia don't really like each other too much.
Which,
really don't.
That's a good thing.
And I don't think the EU would try anything, because Russia controls an enormous amount of
everything.
They control a lot of natural gas that goes to the EU. So, like Halo said, they control everything. They have oil, natural gas, and the EU, those nations there, they depend on that.
Mm-hmm. They got the power.
Sadly. And
it's sad that Putin is in charge of Russia.
Right. And then it's also sad that how, we lost our bark almost, really, as American, USA,
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what Bush was thinking was going to happen when, 2003, we go to Iraq, Afghanistan, all that. Did he think we were just going to steamroll through there? I mean, 13 years later, here we are. We're still there.
Right.
Obama, like I said, if Syria does this, we're going to launch airstrikes at you, but that never happened, so, we're losing credibility.
Gaddafi's Libya, right?
Right.
But,
yeah, because that didn't bite us in the ass.
Yeah. I think we should go ahead and move on. I mean, because we're a gaming clan. We're not political analysts, so...
yeah, I'm not a poli-sci major either, so...
Well, actually, I'm thinking about doing that.
No,
I'm actually not.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that as a career major, but that's not here or now. So, we should now talk about the gamma company Platoon, and Halo's created that for us since he's premium.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about
You see, I told you guys would need me one day.
One
useful
day.
guys, I swear.
So what about the emblem? What made you think of that?
Dude, Cemetery, Umbrella Corporation colors, that's it.
Just 5 minutes in, and you got it.
It's pretty much how I handle most of these things. I just start doing stuff, and if it looks good, then I expand on that. And it kind of did, so I kept on going with it. And if you have or have not noticed, I've still been like adding shit to it.
Yeah. Oh no, I have not.
Because
I need to look at it.
yeah. I mean, it's subtle things. Like I'm just adding things here and there. But yeah. That's basically it.
Do you remember what our skill is currently and what our rank?
I don't offhand.
I'll put a link, I guess.
Yeah.
So, T, did you ever get around to joining it yet? Even though you're PlayStation 4?
Like
No, I just got home from work like 2 hours ago, so
wow.
I've been kind of just, trying
Sorry to throw you in here.
relax a little.
We didn't even give you enough time to rest.
Throw me a link. Where's it at? Where do I join this shit?
Just go to Battle Log. Well, actually, Halos, you know more about it than I do.
I would advise going on the website and going through that link.
At gammacompany.net. Remember
Because
The
that.
sheer
Battle Log's
fact
a
of
piece
don't
of
make
crap.
good stuff.
Okay.
I'll get around to it one of these days.
Well,
Oh, fucking hell. 3 months from now, I'm telling you. Yeah, worse than blank.
the blank is not here at the moment, so.
That's why I'm picking on him.
Okay. Okay, well, continuing on with some gaming news. I know we're going a little fast here, but I'm trying to, cover some ground we already did in the last podcast that I screwed
I
up.
don't know how I feel about this. I'm playing against Frankie on PC. I don't think it's actually him.
Why don't we talk about Gamma Company's role in, like, Destiny and The Division and any other future games, like Titanfall? So, I mean, I know we're probably going to get it. All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't plan on getting an Xbox One, though, so, any of those would probably be... You know what, Halos?
You knob gobbler. Just gobbling all them knobs.
Yeah, any of those titles, though, would be for 360 if I did get them.
Well, we could start with Destiny. Can we... do you guys know a class you're going to start off with, or what? I mean, I know Halos, you don't want to talk about it because you want it all fresh and new, but...
Actually, I broke and watched a video, and I was like, oh, damn, the other day. I know.
Really?
Shit's going down.
So do you got a...
Yeah,
You got a race and a class picked out?
It really should not be a surprise. The Woken, that's gonna be my race.
Yeah.
Funny enough, don't know what class yet, but that's kind of a feelsy kind of thing when we get to it.
Okay.
Like, what do I like out of this better? Ooh,
What about you,
he's
Steve?
mad.
T.
What?
Well,
What about you, T?
what's your race and class? Yeah.
My race, I'm kind of in the same boat as Halos, only opposite. I don't really know what race I want to be quite yet, but I'm definitely thinking about making a hunter because they look pretty cool. I like the way they look.
They're the Outlaws
With
of the Wild.
Space cape. Yeah, they look pretty cool. Yeah, space cape.
Well, races
they had
are...
me at
They
space
flow
cape.
in space where there's no atmosphere. They flow in space.
Mother of God.
Well, races are just cosmetic, so it's just whatever you like best, I guess.
Yeah, but we haven't really seen much of the Awoken since, besides the concept art.
I know, they sound cool. I'm using it. That's all I need to know.
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, one of the trailers is where Awoken is pointing a gun at you with a weird modular voice, like he's T-Pain.
Like, don't tread on me, motherfucker. I will wreck you.
And well,
I don't know. I was expecting more of like a fantasy fairy elf kind of look for them. I wasn't expecting that when I saw the trailer.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we don't know anything at this point about Awoken besides
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They could change the final appearance between now and September, I guess.
Well, I was leaning towards Human Titan when it first all got around.
You tramp! I knew you were going to go human.
Boring.
But I've decided to go Human Warlock, more like.
Oh shit, sons! Even better. Still human though. So standard.
Well, I don't want to be a robot, and I don't want to be Awoken.
Why not? Robots are fun.
Robots are cool. You could explore
Robots are
yeah, you could explore emotions while playing as a robot.
Yeah.
You could be like Edie.
I'm doing that in the Mass Effect RP. Remember? Oh well.
Yeah.
No, I haven't looked at that at all.
Dev, I know you're probably not 100% into Destiny. Like, you probably don't know about it that much. So, are you planning on getting it? Just from what we've talked about?
I bet, yeah, I probably will, actually.
Have any idea?
No, absolutely nothing about it, except that it's space-related.
Space porn.
All right, well.
Hey, I've never seen or watched Star Wars either, so.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Halos might be interested in that midget space porn that they have in Destiny.
Always.
All right, so let's move on to the next game, which I guess we'll say is Titanfall, which probably won't apply to you, T. Sorry. No, wait.
Yeah, get out of here, T.
For a 360, I forgot. Sorry.
Hey, I still have a 360.
Yeah.
No, whatever. We don't. Not anymore. When you got a PS4 or whatever, you just all that disappeared.
My infamous second son.
Oh shit, guys.
We got a badass over here.
We do.
It's better than generic Call of Duty with robots.
Well, we were just about to talk about that, so. What Titan, I guess what you could say. What was that?
Well, don't question
Okay.
it.
Well then, what Titan are you guys leaning towards, mostly? Like Ogre, Strider, or Atlas?
Well, in my... What? Dev, I think you're trying to join the wrong one. Maybe? No? Okay.
Probably.
Alright, but fucking, probably the Strider, not gonna lie.
I saw the Strider in action. It looked pretty cool, and it wrecked a whole bunch of shit.
Always. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's what? I have the Ezra. You shush. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's one of those, another one of those. We'll find out when it happens, kind of a thing.
Oh, okay.
Because don't really know much about it. Haven't played it. Don't have Titanfall beta.
That was
naturally. So
Blank would have been the guy to talk to, but he's indisposed.
he would have. But then again, if he was here, I'd be like beating him up for being a noob.
T, are you planning on you leaning
no.
any which way, or if you even care?
He cares.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if there are people in Gamma who plan on playing it for the 360, then I could possibly see getting in a few matches with them. I don't really know a whole lot about the Titans themselves, but, you know, whatever looks coolest, I'll probably roll with that.
Well, then, which one do you like? What do you like better? Do you like light armor, medium armor, or heavy armor?
I like a mix between the two. Like, I don't want to be so heavy as to be slow, but, you know, I want to be able to survive a few hits, too.
So, an Atlas for you, then.
Sure, yeah.
That's the stuff you start off with, and it's the balance between the two.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that, then.
Dev, are you thinking about any Titan in particular?
I was leaning more towards Atlas just because it sounded badass.
That's true. Now, I think personally for me, is I'm going to be an ogre, which is the heavy class. So, like, you know, heavy stuff, man.
Toads from Scroats.
Well, now I guess if we have we're about to the 30-minute mark, just a little bit. But how about we get to the bigger discussions and say Halo 2 anniversary? Do you want or do you not want?
Super one.
Don't care either way.
Like, oh god, it'll bring back so much nostalgia. Just saying.
Of course, there is
I would love to see it back.
there is the issue of, you know, if they do Halo 2 anniversary, what's stopping them from Halo 3, and then Halo 4, and then Halo 5 anniversary when it comes time. So
Yeah, what's stopping them?
probably a bunch of people that's not liking Halo 4 at the moment. But that's, you know. But what about, speaking of which, of course, is the future. And do you guys have any concerns of the future of Halo as it's going?
I guess. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, for real, dog.
I'm still feeling the sting of not having Cortana in the series anymore, so...
Oh, they'll find a way. They'll find a way.
I'm going to just throw in one thing in here. As soon as we got rid of her, I felt a sigh of relief because she almost got me killed more than once. So, yeah, I wasn't teary-eyed or sad. What about you, T?
I haven't played Halo 4 in a while, but it's different enough to make me want to play the older Halo titles, like Halo 2 and 3. I liked where those were I liked the way those played, and I would have preferred to see them keep that intact. But the new Halo 4, it's just really fast-paced, and I don't really like that. I like that it's not... I like how the game isn't just one huge race to find the power weapons, because I thought that was a bit ridiculous. But I also don't like these kill streak things. They're not really kill streak. They're kind of kill streaks, but they're not called kill streaks. But it just reminds me of Call of Duty, which is a bad thing for me. And I also don't like where the plot is going. Jul and Dama, the whole Covenant thing. You know, what's going on with that? Why are they here? Why are they relevant? What's the Arbiter doing? Halo 4 explained none of that. You actually had to go and read the books if you wanted the majority of the backstory explained, which is a poor job on 343's part. They should have explained it better. Same thing with the Didact. He shows up in Halo 4. You kind of know who he is if you play through the whole game, but you don't know everything unless you read the books. He probably could have been explained better. Storytelling in general could have been better. The fact that you had to go to Halo Waypoint in order to view those in-game little
cutscenes.
What are they called? Yeah, the terminals. The terminals. You had to actually go to Waypoint to watch the terminals that you found in game, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But they later stated that wasn't on purpose. It's just because they were limited by disk space or whatever. So hopefully that won't happen in Halo 5.
Hopefully.
But it's all those little things that just kind of add up and make me not like Halo 4 as much as the past Halos, and make me hesitant on the future of the series.
And I agree with most of what you just said. And I also like to add that I felt that theater and customs and Forge were a little bit downgraded. I mean,
definitely Forge. Like the whole entire dynamic lighting thing, that was cool, but it's like they backtracked a shit ton from Reach, which, in my opinion, was like the pinnacle of Forge at this point in time, and I just don't think it was worth it just for, fucking lighting.
Right. I mean, the magnets seem to be more of a issue than what we had, which was, they
were cool. They worked most of the times, but when they didn't, it just fucked up everything.
Right.
Like there was no easy way around that.
We're all worried, but
I'd also.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Sorry, go ahead. I'd also just like to say that I like what they did with the Master Chief. I mean, I might get some hate for that, but I like how they attempted to make him less of a emotionless, generic soldier robot guy. I liked his interaction with Cortana. Some people might call it cheesy, but I thought it was kind of heartwarming and much needed. So I look forward to seeing what Master Chief looks and acts like in the next Halo.
He looks like a Jawa, though, in the trailer. Just saying.
He looks like a Jedi.
People say he looks like a Jedi. I say he looks like a Jawa, so.
Yeah, he looks like Star Wars.
Yeah. And then there were some people, like, at they were making fun of it, saying, "Oh, look, 343 is copying Destiny because they added cloaks." Just like
we didn't know much about Destiny at all when that trailer came out.
Yeah. Well, people were just making the reference of the cloaks to what he was wearing. All right. Well then. And just for, the audience, whoever is listening, that thumping noise is Halo's dryer and washer, so we apologize, but we're just working through it right now.
Yeah, blame him.
No, and it's not you, Halos, it's, it's that.
Oh, no, I know, it's all your fault. If you got it right the first time.
Oh, shut up.
I'm joking, by the way.
I know, and I'm joking, too.
Okay, I'm really not. I just didn't want you to feel bad.
I'm used to it, Halos. I'm used to people picking on me like that. I know.
Oh, yeah, you deal with me on a daily basis.
almost a daily basis. I don't get on Xbox that much. But I guess what we'll go ahead and move on to is Star Wars prequel and sequel discussion we were talking about yesterday. Well, mostly the prequels. So I'll let you guys go ahead and start with what you didn't like or liked about the prequels. Just whoever wants to speak first.
I guess I'll go first. Things I liked about the prequels. I like the lightsaber battles, the jump in effects, the quality of the effects, they're obviously improved over 1977, which I'm sure a lot of Star Wars fans are happy about. They looked really cool. They sounded cool. And, it's just a blast to sit there when you're 12 years old and think, wow, space wizards, that's cool. And they did a good job on that. Space battles, too. Those were amazing, especially in the beginning of Episode 3. It was probably my favorite moment.
Oh, God, yes. That was great.
Right? CGI at its finest.
Yeah.
Darth Maul would probably be another high point of the prequels for me. He looked like a total badass.
Even though they absolutely just wrecked him within the first movie.
He looks totally badass though.
Well, spoiler alert, he lives in the Clone Wars. So
unfortunately.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I just had to add that in.
Things I hate about the
Jar Jar Binks. I got that. All right, you're welcome. That's the only time Jar Jar Binks. That is the only other time I'm gonna say that.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Things I hate. As Halo said, Jar Jar Binks. I thought he was a low point in the prequels. George Lucas added him in for the children to make it more family-oriented, which, I guess is alright, but I just thought he was really annoying and had an overly large part to play in the first movie. I think we saw a little too much of him.
And poop jokes.
Yeah.
Anyone else remember that? Yeah, I do.
Midichlorians, to me, they just kind of ruined the Force in general for me. Not ruined, but I didn't like how he puts such a focus on midichlorians equals Force. Like, the more midichlorians you have, the stronger you are in the Force. Anakin Skywalker, he has the most midichlorians ever. He must be the chosen one. It's just stupid how that dictates somebody's strength. Like, it loses that average Joe can be somebody great kind of feeling. Like with Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy, he was just a farm boy. Nobody knew who his father was. So the idea that he could train with Obi-Wan, this old veteran, and become this great hero was something great. But in the prequel trilogy, you have Anakin Skywalker. He's automatically great since he has more midichlorians than Yoda. I felt that was stupid, and I didn't like it too much.
Yeah.
And
well, I'll go ahead and say what I think. First of all, I want to say I love the prequels. Just saying, I love them. Or I love all the Star Wars stuff, and I'm certain the sequels will be. I'll love them too. It's just it depends on what J.J. Abrams does.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them just throwing out the whole entire extended universe, just like that. Just like, oh, we're just gonna reimagine all this.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Series. Oh my God.
We'll get to that in a second. Though. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with the bad stuff. Is that there are a few directing choices I'm not very happy about, and throughout the whole prequel trilogy, like Anakin and Padme at their estate. That felt like cheesy and kind of cringeworthy.
Yeah, I agree.
So basically, young love.
Young love,
man.
yes. And yeah, Jar Jar at first, when I first saw it, I was a little kid, or I was younger, so I liked him now. But now he's pretty annoying. But he did play an important role in Episode 2, to where he gave he helped give Palpatine.
He basically screwed over the galaxy.
Yeah,
He did.
and which people probably hate him even more now because of that. And
Never thought it was going to be possible.
He was influenced by a Sith Lord, though. Just saying.
yeah, that's true.
Wait, what? Sith Lord? Impossible.
But speaking of which, I'm going to be playing. Spoiler alert of that, and I'm going to be reading Darth Plagueis soon. As soon as I get the money to order
good
it.
Book. Good book.
And then Maul Lockdown.
I love it and I hate it at the same time. But
What do you mean you hate it?
I mean, I always got beef, with everything.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll figure it out. But to T's point about the mini-chlorines, at first when I, watched it all.
Oh, by the way, nuclear bombs.
What? What?
Nuclear bombs, yeah. You'll understand.
Oh. Okay.
Nuclear bombs. That's it.
To T's point about the mini-chlorines, first
it's in the
time,
book. Trust me.
I figured, but, I was young then, still didn't know what mini-chlorines was. It didn't really detract from the fantasy from me because, I didn't understand it. But when I was reading into it, it seems to be more, it's more how force sensitive, that person can tell is how much it is. And I may be reading it wrong, but I kind of prefer that.
Stemming off of T's thing, I mean, I wouldn't have minded it as much as if, it was hinted at before at all, instead of just, pulled from my head. Midichlorians, everyone.
Oh, you mean you wanted
He is the chosen one now. I mean, the lack of prior indication of this, atomic organism that basically is giving off the ability to use the Force.
Sense the Force.
Just...
Or that's what I read.
Technicality.
I haven't researched every last grain of detail. I'm just going off what I remember from the movie.
And,
but you might be right in the fact that it's only your ability to sense the Force.
Yeah, but first impressions.
Take anything I say with a grain of salt.
First impressions are important. So when the way you saw it, it really affected how you see.
Yeah, they're important and they last a long time.
Which it's another directing quirk that
exactly.
But it makes the Jedi and Sith more special, I guess. Not every Joe Schmo. And I said this in the last podcast, but nobody can just, go around picking up coffee cups wherever they want and slamming them into people's faces.
Yeah, I love to do that.
But and Dev is probably just absolutely confused, huh?
No. I'm just chilling.
God damn it, Dev. Talk.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I said it before. I have never. I don't think I've ever watched a Star Wars movie or read any of the books or know anything about it except that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
Spoiler alert!
Your horses. What?
Spoiler alert! Jeez.
Fuck.
Hey, sorry.
You
I
just
said,
ruined Star Trek for me.
hey, I know a little bit about Trek, so don't go there.
Well, speaking of Trek, then I guess we can talk about. We've already talked about what in one of the other podcasts, but what do you guys feel about, J.J. Abrams working with Star Trek and Star Wars?
I think he has the ability to make both of them awesome. I mean, if you've seen the Star Trek movies, they've been really good. I don't know everyone else's opinions, but I think they were pretty damn good.
The biggest thing in the second one, though, was lens flare. Everyone keeps complaining about, right?
Well, that's Star Trek in general with J.J. Abrams. So, I mean, yeah.
I agree with you. It's pretty good. I mean, it made me think that Star Wars might be in good hands because the action sequences and the space battles were, fun to watch. But, I mean, even here's a spoiler. When they were getting Khan.
What?
Getting Khan off of a planet, I mean, he kicked ass. We could easily see that with some Rebel heroes in New Republic, whatever they're going to do. New Republic soldiers or super commandos or whatever you want to call them in the new movies. So, T?
Yeah, I'm in Dev's position in regards to Star Trek. I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm, much more of a Star Wars fan than a Trekkie. But I thought J.J. Abrams did a really good job on both of the movies. They were great to watch, a lot of fun. As somebody who isn't really all that familiar with the older movies, I thought they were good. I thought, Into Darkness was great, but not as good as the first one that he did. It's kind of the whole Khan thing. I didn't really understand it. It was kind of convoluted. I didn't really understand the plot that were fun to watch. I mean, that's all I really got on it.
All right.
Space battles were fun. Pointy ears, that's always cool.
Pointy ears.
Before anyone just, starts labeling me as a Trekkie, I know just about as much about Trek as I do about Star Wars.
Okay.
I just know that they fly across the galaxy in the Starship Emperor. That was a really lame joke. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I'm gonna go now. That was that bad. I'm sorry.
Well, we're getting close here, so I guess we'll wrap up our next bigger discussion before we...
That was a terrible joke.
I'm sorry, okay?
Oh, don't make her cry.
I will make her cry.
All right.
You did make me cry.
Good.
What kind of asshole are you?
The asshat master variety. Thank you. I wear that badge proudly.
Well, our last big topic is the what, T? Did you want to say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. Our last big topic was the microtransaction and pre-order bonuses, and T wanted to talk about it, so take it away.
Right. Tell me when.
Now.
Okay. DLC. Okay. It's a common practice in the gaming industry. A lot of people do it. It's not necessarily a bad thing because it gives developers something to work on with their current project as they start to develop their future projects. So that's all fine and dandy, and I can understand and agree with the way they do it. What I have a problem with is day one DLC. I think it's kind of ridiculous that they would have downloadable content available for purchase separately from the main game that they just released that day. I'm going to use Mass Effect 3 as an example. BioWare released day one DLC for it. It's I forget what the DLC is called specifically. Halos might be able to tell you, but
it's like From Dust or something.
Something about ashes.
Anyway, it was apparently on the main Mass Effect disc, but they decided to go ahead and lock that content out of the game in order for you to purchase it separately as day one DLC, which, in my opinion, is a bad decision and one that I don't agree with, and one that I think is bad for the gaming industry. If you're going to release DLC, it should be well after your main product release. It shouldn't be something that's included with the disc, but then locked out, forcing you to pay for it, forcing you to pay for an additional fee. I mean, that's just stupid. I don't agree with that. And something that made From Ashes even worse was the fact that its content, it released a pivotal plot point as DLC. It released content that should have been on the main game itself, but instead they decided to charge people more for it. It's a business decision, I get that, but it's just wrong. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with locking away main plot points of the game and just forcing you to pay more for it. I think that's stupid. Anybody want to add anything to that? A comment on that?
I have to agree.
Yeah, I agree also, but I think of it in this way. There's a distance of time between when they actually ship the game, when it comes out, to when it's actually released. So within that time, they could be working on that, and then maybe they found a bug or something, they realized it, they fix it up, put it in a patch or whatever, that's great. Actual DLC-wise, I'm with you on this, but again, at the same time, I gotta play devil's advocate, because why the fuck not? Right. I kind of believe as long as it's not pivotal to the experience, like it's an optional thing, and while Javik was great and all, I felt he wasn't really that much of a big deal. This is me. Yeah, I got him because I'm also kind of a kiss ass because Mass Effect gotta have. But it wasn't anything that I was too crazy about. I mean, it wasn't too much of a big deal in my opinion. Everyone else's might be different, but I mean, as long as it strays away from. Take away from the overall experience, then I'm fine with it. But like I said, if it involves stuff that would greatly change your gaming experience, then yeah, I do not agree with that at all. And yeah, and pretty much for any DLC that does it, I mean, it really depends on how they do it. But if they fucking just absolutely bonk it, then that's not okay. Yeah, my opinion.
Right, I agree with you on that.
No, fuck you too.
Hey, like I said,
that they seem to troll, and
I agree that Javik was, a minor character, but my whole thing with it is, he's a Prothean. Protheans are kind of almost the entire backstory of the series, the surrounding mythos behind them, and the fact that they would introduce the first ever Prothean into the game as a day one DLC is just kind of like, what are you thinking?
They also made him
Jamaican.
Well, that really wasn't
That's not a
the
bad
issue
thing.
with me. It was the whole entire... You know, if you ever played Mass Effect 1, Ilos, you know, statues and everything, that kind of gave us that image that they look like this. I mean, I get it that it looks more like the collectors and everything, and that's cool and all, but at the same time, it's like, what about Ios and the statues and stuff? What happened there?
It gave me that Easter Island kind of feel when going to Ilos.
Dude, that was fucking sick, though. It's like, oh my god. Oh, nostalgia. Oh god. Damn it, guys. But yeah, no. Just my 2 cents on everything. Life, universe, and everything.
Will, Dev, you have anything more to add before I move on with the next point?
Well, yes.
Not really, no.
The only thing I have to say is that, you know, DLC, like campaign add-ons and map packs that add to the game, you know, I'm fine with that and stuff. But let's say microtransactions that are game-breaking or...
pay to win.
Yeah, pay to win. Like what I kind of did with Blank on that Yu-Gi-Oh video I made, you know. And
Which you wrecked him in.
yeah, I wrecked him, but yeah, that's what I have to say.
All right. Another point I'd like to make on the topic of DLC is Metro Last Light. Yeah, Halo's knows where this is going. You may or may not know what Metro Last Light is. It's, you know, I think it's THQ's last game before they went bankrupt. Was it? I think it's THQ. Whatever. But anyway, as part of Day 1 DLC, they decided with the brilliant decision of making you pay for an entire difficulty level.
Yeah, they marketed it as the real way the game's meant to be played.
Yeah.
Now, Angry Joe went on an entire rant on this, and it was beautiful. You should check it out.
I watched his video. It's part of my inspiration for this.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous when you lock out content and say that's how you play the game. You're basically saying when you buy the game that you're not going to have the full experience of the game unless you buy some additional content, which, for all intents and purposes, should have been on the disc to begin with. And let's be honest, it was kind of ridiculous. And I agree with you. I still don't have it.
The fact that you would have to pay the idea that you would have to pay an additional fee in order to play the real experience of Metro Last Light is just, it's wrong. You already paid the $60 for the full game. They shouldn't lock out an additional difficulty level as DLC. I understand that they include other things with that DLC, but that's no excuse to lock out an entire difficulty level. And as Halo's eloquently said before, if you haven't seen Angry Joe's video on the matter, you should definitely check it out. He's a great commentator, much better than I could ever be, and he makes a lot of good points on the matter.
Well, on everything.
Well, yeah, on everything.
For that matter.
But I like to point in, because you said Angry Joe, is that I don't trust reviewers anymore. I just tend to try to rent the game before, or do a lot of research before I do anything. I don't trust reviewers. I just want to add that in there.
I just like the fact that he gives his opinion on things, and he also gives his reasons for both, like why he likes it, why he doesn't. I don't know. I just like that about him. But moving on.
T, you want to finish it up, or do you want to add something else?
No, I think we did a good job covering all the bases, all the topics we wanted to. If you want to go ahead and do our outro.
Okay. Well, and I guess what we're going to go ahead and end with, we didn't get to the that little special thing where we say, "Oh, name what you want in the future in the most." You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but...
I remember it like it happened yesterday. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, it did.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do that real quick, or do you want to go ahead and end it?
Time for that.
I'm up for that if, we're still recording.
Okay.
Hello?
So we'll start with Halos. What is your most anticipated game, and put it in the most vague description of it possible? Waiting on you, Halos.
Cough, cough.
Big balls. Much protection. So awesome. Next.
T.
Alright, I guess I'm next. Thanks for specifying that, by the way. My most anticipated game for 2014. Well, it's being developed by a fairly well-known developer that everybody in Gamma Company is hopefully familiar with.
Who?
It has a tentative release date for September. Lots of sci-fi action going on. A little bit of fantasy.
You bitch.
Will wanted to keep this short, so I guess I'm wrapping it up here. Dev, you want to go next? I'll be nice and specify your name instead of just saying next.
Yeah, thanks. I
She's
really
here,
don't
by
have
the way,
a
guys.
preferred game that I'm waiting for, to be quite honest. So. Oh, wait. It's by someone that creates absolutely incredible games, and that's it. Now you can guess. Ha-ha!
Revelation.
Well,
Okay.
what I'm going to do is that first I want to say I've always had a passion, I guess you could say, of learning about space equipment, like from NASA and from other stuff. And so I can't wait when you get into this game. You can soar through the stars, even though you may not pilot it yourself. I still can't wait to go to the moon and look from Earth, from the moon itself.
Well, shit, guys. We were pretty much all talking about Destiny. If you guys are surprised, you guys.
Wow, Halos, way to be mature and spoil it for everybody.
Everyone would be stupid if they didn't understand that it was all Destiny.
Well,
Let's be honest, guys.
Not the one I was referring to.
Yeah, Halos.
Number one, I said most of us.
Well, it's okay. Not really.
So I covered that base.
Actually, 2 out of 4 is not most. You would
Okay, what were you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Huh?
All right.
No, you're the genius. You know everything. You tell me.
I do. You were talking about Titanfall. I mean, not Titanfall. Destiny. What was this? Yeah, whatever.
All right.
I was talking about Destiny. I want to guarantee that Will was talking about Destiny.
You were talking about Destiny?
Yeah, big ball.
I thought...
Big balls.
You said big balls. I thought you were talking about Titanfall.
Yes, because big robot balls. Let it be known I was talking about Destiny. Thank you.
All right.
All
right, so this is the end of our podcast. I hope you all enjoy it. So what we're going to do is final thoughts. So we'll start with T, go with Halos, and then Dev, and then I'll finish it up.
Yeah, this podcast, it was super awesome. We talked about a lot of things that required talking about. Yeah. A lot of other things we could have talked about, but we're running out of time. So I guess I'll just pass this on to Halos.
All right, yeah, no, I really liked it today. It's super fun. Not Second Box was crazy, even though this is the second time we've done this, the exact one, but hey, it happens. I'm not going to tase you in the butt. Yeah. Although Dev didn't talk, like, at all, again. By the way, guys.
Hey, I talked more than I did last time.
That's Dev, right there, for you guys, just so you know.
Yeah, sorry.
Next.
We need more Pokemon in the conversation. I'd be all over that.
At least you didn't have to spend like 3 hours updating your Wii U like last time.
That's true. That's true. I was actually playing it with my sister in the background. Oh no, that was before we started recording, so...
Yeah, we didn't have to hear any of that.
Yeah, we didn't have to hear any of that shit. What?
Yeah, any of her and my dad's weird anecdote story crap things. Good lord.
That actually sounds interesting.
Where's your balls, woman? On your forehead! Whoa, what?
Yeah.
What?
Doesn't everyone have their balls on the forehead? What?
All right.
Oh, God.
I'll go ahead and say I wanted to say thank you guys for an amazing podcast. Even though I had to rework several things, different people talking in the background when they shouldn't be. But I thank you for your patience and for your discussions. And I just have to say that.
Need more Freebird.
And I'm hoping I can get to host again next time, but I think Blank will be doing it next time. I hope.
Wait.
I hope
Did
that
you
you will
say
be
you
hosting
hope
next
that
time.
you...
We hope he will be.
I hope he does it next time, because I need work debugging everything. All right. Well, if you like this podcast, make sure you come to the GammaCompany.net website. That got it right that time.
Thank you.
Make sure you check us out. If you like what you see, join our site, become members, join new friends, and make sure you also
join new friends.
Join new friends. Damn it, Halo.
Join new friends.
Well, we appreciate what you say. I also like to, plug in my own quick channel here. Is that Will Killer 5? You definitely should take a look at that. We're gonna have some more Gamma Company videos, I hope, soon. And you can see me kick Master Blank's ass at Yu-Gi-Oh! In a full stomp. So
absolute rape. 10 out of 10 would bang.
But to be fair, he did beat me a few times afterwards. Not as much as I beat him, but still.
Pixar didn't happen.
Thank you all for listening, and we hope to see you next time.